A single person showed America a superpower, stars in broad daylight. In 2013, this person stole over 1 million top-secret documents from the US and revealed them to the world. Since then, for the past 11 years, he has been America's most wanted criminal. Despite causing such significant damage to the American government, today, he is seen as a hero by many. But why is that? How did he steal the top-secret documents from one of the world's top intelligence agencies? Why did he leak them? And how has he managed to evade America's grasp despite everything? Welcome to another video on Evo TV. On the morning of June 6, 2013, the sun brought a huge disaster for the American government. The Guardian and the Washington Post published a series of news articles that included top-secret documents from the NSA, or the National Security Agency. These documents not only shocked Americans but also astonished mobile users worldwide when they discovered that the American government had been secretly monitoring every mobile user. The documents exposed the NSA's secret program, PRISM, a program that allowed the US government to access data from millions of Verizon customers. Verizon is a mobile operator in America, similar to the ones in India and Pakistan. The NSA had hacked into the computers of Hong Kong and China's military, tapped the phone of Angela Merkel, who was then the Chancellor of Germany, and the British Government Communications Headquarters GCHQ was running a program to monitor its citizens. The leaked documents also revealed conversations between the NSA and GCHQ, where they were discussing ways to deceive people. At first, no one knew who had leaked these documents or if they were even real, as news agencies are not obligated to disclose their sources. But 3 days later, a man came forward and took responsibility for leaking these top-secret documents, 29-year-old Edward Snowden, who was a high school dropout. Snowden started his career with the US military but was discharged after a year and then worked as a security guard at the University of Maryland in 2005. Although he wasn't great at academics, his computer skills were so strong that the CIA hired him. After spending a few years with the CIA, in 2009, American tech giant Dell hired him. At that time, Dell had a contract to upgrade the National Security Agency's computer systems, and they assigned Snowden to this project. Initially, his role was that of a supervisor, but later he became a cyber strategist. Up until this point, Edward Snowden was like a gem for the CIA and NSA. So, what happened that made these agencies label him a traitor? The story of how Snowden transformed from a cyber strategist to a traitor begins with an incident. While operating and upgrading NSA computers, Snowden discovered that the National Security Agency had the power to access the personal data of any mobile user. He came across some records that he initially thought were international criminals' records, but in reality, they were not criminals but peace-loving American citizens. During this time, there was a debate in the American Congress about intelligence issues. Ron Wyden, an American politician, asked the National Security Agency's director, James Clapper, in a congressional session whether his agency collected data on Americans. This session was broadcast live on national television, and James Clapper, in front of millions, said no, claiming that their work was solely focused on foreign intelligence. Seeing his director lie so blatantly on television shocked Snowden. He became so angry that 3 days later, he resigned from his job at Dell, where he was earning $200,000 a year. In 2013, after leaving Dell, he joined Booz Allen Hamilton, a firm that worked for the US military, CIA, and NSA. Here, too, he was assigned to an NSA project. The National Security Agency claims that Snowden stole so many files from their system that estimating their exact number is difficult, but it could exceed to million. But how did Snowden manage to copy the top-secret agency's files without anyone noticing? Surprisingly, he didn't use any sophisticated hacking tools for this task. Instead, it was all done with a small USB drive. But how did he do it? Normally, even in regular offices, there are restrictions on USB drives due to the risk of data theft. Moreover, in any company's system that contains confidential data, not every employee has the authority to access it. These were the computers of the National Security Agency, whose security was considered unbreakable. Before undertaking this task, Snowden planned his escape and took advantage of his location. Since Booz Allen Hamilton had hired him for an NSA project, he was stationed in Hawaii, 5,000 miles away from the NSA's Maryland headquarters. Hawaii is 6 hours behind Maryland, which meant that when Snowden was working in his Hawaii office, everyone at the NSA headquarters had gone home. Another advantage was that he had access to the NSA headquarters servers through a thin client system, which was outdated. The third advantage was that Snowden himself was the system administrator there, meaning his profile had high security clearance, giving him more rights. This meant he could copy data from any system without raising suspicion. Snowden took advantage of these factors and copied over 2 million files from 5,000 miles away without being noticed. After working in the Hawaii office for just 4 weeks, Snowden decided to expose the NSA's actions to the world. He copied all the documents onto a USB drive, cleverly hid the drive from the security guard, and took a sick leave. He turned off his phone and flew directly from Hawaii to Hong Kong. When he didn't return after several days and his phone remained off, the NSA became suspicious and began searching for him. In Hong Kong, Snowden met with some trusted journalists, gave them the documents, and the next day, those documents became the world's headlines. The documents leaked by Edward Snowden sparked a new debate worldwide about the NSA's secret powers. Snowden was charged with stealing government property, unauthorized access to national security systems, and passing top-secret information to unauthorized individuals. The American government requested Hong Kong to hand over Snowden, but he had already planned his every move. By then, he had boarded a plane and fled to Russia, where he initially received asylum. Later, in September 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin granted him permanent residency. Snowden revealed in his interviews how our phones are used to spy on us. He mentioned a tool called NoseSmurf, which allows security agencies to access our phone's microphone and listen to surrounding sounds without any interference. Some people consider Edward Snowden a traitor, while others believe he is a hero who exposed the true face of the NSA to the world.